All right, guys. This is going to be, if you want to put it at the top of your notes, um, linear forms, assessment 2, review. Now, I'm going to try to go through. I don't have it set up like I did the PowerPoint. I know I'm wearing the same clothes as the last video. It's the second video of the day. Okay, we're going to do on the next class period. You guys have 2 tests. Okay, you have 2 assessments, which means I got to do 2 reviews. Okay, so we're going to do 2 videos. Make sure that you guys have the information that you need. Okay, so there's really no excuses. This one is very, very important. If you did not score well on the linear forms assessment 1, this is going to be your waterfall to show me that, yep, you have the information, okay? Now, we have still been using this information. We've still been using point slope form and slope intercept form and all that stuff. So it's not like we haven't been using it. So hopefully through the practice of the last couple of weeks of being in point slope form and those things like that, hopefully that practice is going to help you get ready for this test, okay? The first one. Now, what I did, like I said, I printed out the test. Well, I just showed you the test. I printed out the test. I'm going to go literally write down it. I'm going to try to match the questions as close as I can without actually giving you the test, okay? Just like always. So if you need to, go back through, rewatch the video, make sure that we understand what's going on, okay? All right, first one says, given the linear graph below, determine an equation in point slope form is correct. So what we're going to do is I'm just randomly going to pick 2 points. Let's go to that one. And let's go this one, okay? And I'm just going to draw a line. Now, what they're going to do is they're going to ask you which one is in point slope form is correct. The first thing is, it says hint. Find the slope first and then determine which point is written correctly. So it even gives you a hint in the test and says, find your slope. Find your slope. So let's find the slope. How many up do I go? Up 1, 2, 3. So I went up 3. And I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is 3/4, correct? Now, what is this coordinate right here? Over 1, up how many? Over 1, up 4, correct? This one is -3, up 1. Yes, -3. So one of those is going to be written in correct point slope form. Now, I know they could use either one of the points. I know that. But only one of them are going to be written correctly. So you need to double check and make sure. Okay, please, please, please make sure. So the correct form for this one would be y minus 4 equals 3/4 x minus 1, right? Because they use the 2 positive numbers. When I plug them in, what do they both become? Negatives, okay? They're going to use the points, and they might mix and match the points. Please make sure that they're using the correct points, or they might not change the signs. A lot of you guys on the first test, you just forgot to change the signs. Like you left it, you plugged it in as a positive, and you left it as a positive. Okay, please remember to change the signs. What would this one be? So y, what's the y number over there? So it's going to be -1 equals, what's my slope again? 3/4. X what? +3. The sign changes. So either one of those could be correct. They might do this to you. That one would work. This one would work. They might do this to you. Y -1, which would be that one, equals 3/4 x -1. So you might be looking at that x and that y. Does that make sense? They might just kind of match the points up. Okay, or they might not change the signs or whatever. But only one of them are going to be fully correct. Okay, everybody understand that one? Pretty straightforward. Point slope form. Okay, cool. Number 2. By the way, this one has, let's see, 10 questions. So we're going to go through all 10 of them. All right, number 2. Hopefully they don't take very long. Brenda is trying to write the equation that has a y-intercept and an x-intercept. Okay. She's trying to write an equation that has an x-intercept and a y-intercept. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph it. Hold on. Which of the following equations should she pick? Okay. So I'm going to graph it. It says it has a y-intercept of 6. And it has an x-intercept of, what does it say? I even just told you what the y-intercept was. Let's just say the x-intercept is 5. Fair? Let's just say 5. I'm not going to give you the test. You just have to find the right equation. Okay? How do I do this? You may know. If I graph it, first of all, what kind of slope is this? Negative. So I'm just going to go down 6. So y equals negative 6 over how many? Over 5. X. And what's my y-intercept again? There's my equation. When you plot the 2 points, x-intercept, y-intercept, right? On the x-axis, go to whatever number it tells you. And then go to whatever number it tells you on the y-axis. Find your slope and then find your y-intercept. You're done. Sounds easy enough? Yes? Do I need to do another one of those? I see a lot of no's. We're okay? Cool. Let's move on. This is your review, by the way. I'm not, if you're confused, I'm not moving on, or I'm not going to do that one again. If you're confused, go back, watch it again. Maybe something will click second time. I'm not sure. Let's go to the third one. Which of the following is a linear equation represents the table below? All right, here we go. You're going to have an XY table. It's going to look like this. Okay. Again, you don't need to copy everything down because where's everything going to be again? It's going to be on YouTube. Okay. All right, let's go to, we're going to have -4, -2. Let's go 0 and +2. Okay. And let's go to, I don't know, 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay? Yes, ma'am. Oh, I thought you had a question. Okay. How do I find the slope of a table?
You do y1 minus y.
No, you don't necessarily need to. Stack and subtract, or what's the y side doing here? What's this doing? Going
Down 1.
This is remember, slope is y over x. Would you agree? So what'd you say the y is doing? It's going down by 1. What's this side doing? It's going what? It's going up by 2. Okay? There's my slope. Okay, is everybody okay? Y over x. Yes, just tell me what the change is. That's all you got to do. Now, here's where a lot of people made a mistake. Okay? Here's where a lot of people made a mistake. So my slope is -1/2 x, correct? How do I figure out my y-intercept? It's the 0. It's 0 what number? 0 what? There's my y-intercept. +5. That's it. Everybody good? That's really all it is. Okay. Figure out the change on each side. Y, x, and then look for 0 in a number. Don't look for a number in 0. That's not right. That is your x-intercept. That does not work. We're looking for the y-intercept. Okay, which the x has to be 0. Okay. Cool. Questions on number 3. Moving on. Number 4. Oh, nice. I like this one. A theater at a high school sells adult tickets for how much? Give me a price. $12. Adult tickets are $12. How much are children tickets? What? Children's tickets are $6. Give me a total number of money that they raised. That's it? Give me a good amount. Hey, I like it. Total amount is $362. They're going to ask you to write an equation. Please don't overthink this. Please do not overthink this. Okay. Now it says let X represent the number of adult tickets. So it says use X for adults, use Y for children. Yes? So how would I do this? Now, how much money were adult tickets? Let me show you how hard this is. 12X. Okay. What are children's tickets?
6.
Plus 6Y. How much total?
362.
You're done. You're like, oh, okay, like I was way overthinking that. Okay, don't. Okay, it's going to be a word problem, but it's literally set up that easy. Okay, you guys gave me the numbers. First of all, that's exactly what your question is going to look like. It's not going to be the exact one. I'm not giving you the numbers, but I'm telling you what's coming. Okay, so there's no excuses. All right, cool. Let's go to number 5. Let's go to this graph right here. Here's my question. What is that equation? What were the 2 words I told you, remember, on the last review? Hoy and something. Hoy and Vux. Okay, you remember that? Now, which one would this be? Is this horizontal or is this one vertical? This one's horse. What is it?
Horizontal. Hut.
The horse. The horse is ontal. I'm petting a horse. Okay. Yeah. So you're giggling. Little small giggles. All right. So it's going to ask you for two different things. It's going to ask you for the equation, and it's going to ask you to tell me what the slope is. Okay. Pretty simple. So what's the equation for this one? What axis does it cross, and what number is it? Hold on. What axis does it cross? Y-axis. What number? Y equals 3. There's my equation. Seriously. And what's the slope? Is it 0 or is it undefined? This one's 0. Okay, so know the difference in 0, undefined. Y equals a number, X equals a number. Okay, please, 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 please remember that. Okay, maybe you might want to write that down, put a star next to it. Okay, remember Y equals, know that one. Okay, so what would this equation be? X equals what? Say it.
4.
X equals 4. What is that slope?
Y is
No, what is the slope?
undefined.
Undefined. Okay, everybody good? 0, undefined. Okay, so make sure you know the difference. That one's going to be like a drag and drop. Literally, you have 4 options. Okay, first of all, if you already have an equation, don't put the other equation in the other box that says what kind of slope. Slope equation is not slope. Okay, all right. So it gives you 2 equations, and then it gives you 0 and undefined. So you just need to know the difference. I'm not going to tell you which one it is. Okay, all right. What is the? Oh, I love these. Okay, I actually love these. These are very, very simple. A lot of people struggled with this, and I'm not 100% sure why. All right, here we go. What is the, so if I have 3x plus 4y equals, I don't know, 24, okay? It's going to ask you for, give me one of the letters, x or y. Okay, I'm going to ask for the y-intercept. Remember when we were walking around the room and I had you guys cover up the one you didn't need? You guys remember that? So if you're asking me for the y, just cover that up. Y equals. So I divide by 4. Divide by 4. What does y equal? So my answer is 0, 6. You guys remember that? What if it asked me for the x? Okay, cool. Cover up the x. I'm going to divide by 3. Now, that means this one's gone, right? So I divide by 3. What's 24 divided by 3? Nope, it's not 7. X equals 8. So my answer would be 8, 0. You guys remember that now? Okay, I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but it's literally going to be that straightforward. Okay, it's going to be that straightforward. Questions on that? Okay, make sure, like I said, go back, watch it again. All right, we're going to go from 6 to 8. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, given the following equation in point-slope form. Here we go. Determine the slope and the point of the line. So they're giving you the equation. All you have to do is tell me what the point is and the slope, and that's it. Okay? So let me just make one up for you. Y plus, well, that's not a plus, that's an equals. Y plus 4 equals negative 1/3 x minus 7. Cool. Just 100% made that up. First of all, what's the slope? Negative 1/3. Negative 1/3 coach. I like it. Okay. There's my slope. Slope is always after what? It's always after the equal sign. Okay. Always, always, always. All right, here we go. Let's get the point. What's the point? Remember, x goes with x, y goes with, so what's the x number over there? It's going to be positive. This is where you guys made a lot of mistakes on that first test. When you plug it in, does the sign switch? So does it plug it in when you pull it back out? Yes, it switches back. Okay. So when I pull this out, it's now positive 7, and positive 4 is now going to be what? Negative 4. There's my point. Because think about it. If I put that in point and slope form, wouldn't it be y plus 4? Doesn't it make sense? Okay. So make sure you know the difference when you're pulling those out. When you pull the point out, the signs are going to change. Okay, please, 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 please don't forget that. All right. Karen entered an equation into her graphing calculator and sketched the graph shown below. Literally, it's an equation. Which of the following represents the equation that she graphed? Literally, they're just going to give you a line, and you just got to tell me which one it is in point slope form or in slope intercept form. Okay. You want me to do one real quick? All right, cool. We'll try to make it a semi-straight line. I have a nice big ruler over there somewhere. Nope. Yeah, I do. There it is. I saw it. Now I want to make it a good straight line so I can try to make it as accurate as possible. All right, so let's do this. Cool, works for me. They're going to ask you to find the slope, or actually just the equation, okay? First of all, what's the y-intercept? Positive 2. Something wrong? Okay, positive 2. So y equals something x plus 2. Yes? We already know the positive 2, correct? Is this positive or negative?
Negative because it's going down.
It's negative because it's going downhill, okay? So first of all, you're going to have 2 of them that are positive, 2 of them that are negative. So that kind of gives you a dead giveaway. Yes? What's up? Okay, going on. So positive 2. Did you really just ask me what time we're leaving when I'm in the middle of doing something? Okay. Cool. Good talk. Okay, good. All right, so here we go. That was completely random. All right. Is there another point somewhere that you can find? Right here? So let's go down. 1, 2, 3, and then over how many? Over 2. So what's my slope? Nope, not 3 over 2. If you told me 3 over 2, what kind of slope is that? Positive. That doesn't. It's got to be negative. It's got to be negative. Okay. Negative slope. If it's a positive line, which way would my slope is also going to be what? If it's going uphill, my slope is going to be positive. If it's going downhill, my slope is going to be negative. Okay. All right. Number 9. Write an equation in point-slope form that has this slope and this point. You just have to know how to put it in point-slope form. Do I need to go over that again? Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Is everybody good? Everybody's nodding. Do I need to show it to you? Okay, a couple of you guys are giving me nothing, so I'm just going to go with no, I don't have to show it to you. All right, here we go. Convert this to slope-intercept form. 4x plus 3y equals 15. You know what? Just for the heck of it. Minus 3y. Because there's a negative on mine. All right. How do I do it? This is the 2-step thing we did the other day in class. So I'm going to move the x, and what? Divide by y. So I got negative 3y equals negative 4x plus 15. Yes? Negative 3, negative 3, negative 3. Do I ever make you guys stay late? Then wait a second. You don't need to put up while I'm in the middle of talking, okay? That's just rude. Agreed? All right. I finish. Y equals. What did 2 negatives make? Positive 4/3 x, and then 15 minus 3 is what? Or 15 and negative 3? Negative 5. Okay, we good? All right, that's your test. Make sure that you are ready for it, okay? Go back, watch the videos if you need to.